Greetings, this is Fred from Alaska. Wanted to share with you guys today something that happened back in the 90s, but it also was, I've heard more than one report of it. Derek, who's a subscriber to the channel, worked up here back in the 90s, working out of Peterson Bay by the Kvichak River, by the mouth of it where it comes out on the Bering Coast. Him and one of his co-workers, they had some downtime and they decided to go wheelering out to the riverbank and go pop some shots off. Just killing time, Alaskan shit, go and spend some rounds and whatnot. And well, when they're out there, they're shooting away, having a good time, and he got a creepy feeling and turned around and looked behind him, and there was a wolf standing there. Big old wolf, beautiful. He said it was kind of like coyote coloring, that German Shepherd type, maybe not as defined, more grizzled looking. Beautiful animal, he said. And after a moment of staring at it and getting his buddy's attention about it, the wolf howled. And then, approximately 20-30 more wolves came out of the woodwork. Nothing you want to deal with in Alaska, trust me. They say wolves don't kill people, but there's documented proof they do. And then again, those who do get eaten by wolves, who in the fuck's reporting that if no one else is around? I mean, I don't. Anyway, so they decide they're gonna skedaddle out of there, and they fire up the wheelers and they're taking the trail back to the cannery. And as they're going along, these things are pacing them. They're running alongside between them and the tree line. And that kind of terrain, it's just like a seagrass kind of. Seagrass isn't really the word. It's a tall, dense grass kind of stuff. And then you got your tree line, however far away. As they're cruising along, he kept noticing that it looked like a guy looking like Jeremiah Johnson dressed, two of them in the tree line, and thought it was odd. They kept pacing them. They made it back to the cannery. Nothing became of that. And so they tell their boss what was going on. And there was a elder native there, and, he heard what they said and asked him, what he looked like or whatever. And then, after a meeting of the minds with some elders, the boss came back and told everyone, don't be going out alone. And they chalked it up to the wolves. Well, that description of looking like Jeremiah Johnson, that's a common description as well of the hairy man running in the trees, because no one dresses like that back home. That's mountain man dress. It's not coastal dwellers how we dress. Anyway, so later on that evening, that morning, he started hearing howling off in the distance, the screams. The weird type of gibberish, kind of Yupik chatter, but not Yupik. And I've heard that too. There's like a certain ikpik, upik kind of wording going on with it. So, but when he shared that with me, it reminded me of someone telling me that over by Coffee Point, by we call it the Snake River. It may be something different on topographical, but it's on the it would be the west side of Nushagak Bay, northwest side. He saw a hairy man with two wolves, and it was in essence playing with them. This elder that told me that said that is not uncommon for them to have wolves. They'll take them from the den and raise them like we do dogs. I find it interesting. Outside of Derek's account, that elder's account, there's another account north of Manicotah. Same thing. The hairy man was seen with half dozen wolves, kind of just following around it, not trying to attack him. None of that shit. Just there, his buddies, obviously with him. And on that incident, this particular person that saw that, it was wintertime. He was on a snow machine, and when he saw them off at a distance, all of a sudden, these wolves started beelining towards him once they realized they were being watched. The hairy man ran into the tree line to his left, and the wolves were coming at him. And so he ripped out of there. He got away. It was unharmed. But, there's a couple other instances, but I gotta get the full story before I can really speak to those. But that's a whole different dynamic to it. If they're basically, I wouldn't call it domesticating, but kind of pulling wolves into the mix. That's definitely something different. You know what I mean? But there's anecdotal evidence of that. Just some amazing things. If you think about it, if these things are smart enough to know that they could raise a wolf pup and use them to their benefit, that's a whole different level of holy shit. Like, I don't even want to wrap my mind around that. I mean, can you imagine you think you're being attacked by wolves, but it's being coordinated by a hairy man trying to get you? It's bad enough dealing with what I've dealt with. That fucked me up. I mean, not only would I shoot every wolf I saw, anyway, I digress. The editing has recommenced. I fixed part of the issue with my editing software. I found another one that seems to be working okay. However, I got to figure out 2 of the SD cards were corrupted somehow. I don't know if that was from the original editing software or if I don't know. I got to figure it out. But more on that Skilak Lake preview. That was just a taste of when I was filming down there. Last weekend, Memorial Day weekend? Anyway, it was a good time. Got a lot of great footage, and that'll be coming out as soon as I get it fixed together and pulled together and whatnot. Let's see what else. Oh, check the website, subarcticalaskasasquatch.com. Within the next day or two, there should be pre-order forms and an example of the t-shirt available that helps fund the documentary in September. Let's see. Yeah, so check it out. And thanks to Dave the Tech Guy. He's working hard at it. Thanks to all those other people who are supportive. And we'll catch you on the next one.